All right. So for today's class, we're supposed to be going over a lesson about the story is going to be called Space Racer. Do you know what space is?
Yeah.
What's space?
Out of this earth.
Yeah, away from the Earth. So up there, space. What is in space?
In space?
Mm-hmm. What are some things that you could find in space?
Oh. Find some planet.
Yep.
Found what door?
Door?
No.
Is it like a black hole?
Oh, black hole.
And, black hole sucks everything in. And it's gone. Where'd it go? To the other side of space. Yeah. Stars, planets, and a whole lot of nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So today we're going to be talking about a space probe. Do you know what a space probe is?
Probe? I know what a spaceship is.
A spaceship? Yeah. What is a spaceship?
Like rocket.
Yeah.
But spaceship is like what? So the rocket is chip.
Yeah. It's for taking people or things into space, right?
Yeah.
And then we have a space probe, which is basically a camera.
Oh, I know.
We have a lot of these, so we just kind of shit it out, pew, and send it out that way, and send some over that way, and send some that way, and send some that way. And the point of these space probes is to go out, take pictures, and send these pictures back to Earth.
Oh, but I know one space probe that just go too far away.
Yeah. Well, there is no too far. When it comes to space, there's kind of no too far. You're trying to go as far as we can to see everything. We want to see it all. That's how you map it all, because they have what's called satellites. Satellites are the things that go up into space, and they stay around the Earth, and they keep taking pictures. This is how we have maps. We have maps because of satellites. Satellites take pictures, and they do a lot of things other than just take pictures. But taking pictures is a very important part of it. This is how we find all the other planets that are outside of our solar system. We don't just see it from Earth. We can actually send a space probe out to take a closer look so that we can see it much closer and see what's on it. So in this one, let's take a look at this story here. This one is called Speed Racer. Space probes are usually very fast, but even as fast as they are, planets are very far away. So if we were to go to what is the farthest planet in our solar system? Our solar system is our group of planets around our star, around our sun. What is the farthest planet in our solar system?
I think it's the have many rings.
A lot of rings?
That planet. It's blue.
It's blue.
Yeah. What is it called?
So let's take a look here. We're going to look at the solar system. Just our solar system. We're not going to go too far out, but we are going to look at our solar system. So let's take a look at this one here. Are you ready? So these are some pictures of our solar system. And we've got these planets here. Here's some of them. Where is Earth?
Earth is the number 3.
Number 3, yeah. That's where we are. Do you want to live on Venus?
That's too small.
You could get a suntan.
Yeah.
You like to go to the beach?
No.
That's one big beach. Just probably no water.
No.
It's just sun. During the wintertime, that's probably where most people would be.
Then you need to go to the Earth drink some water, go here, and go to the Earth.
Yeah. All right. So which one is the biggest planet?
The Jupiter.
Well, as far as the planet size, I would say Saturn, though, because the rings are included.
Oh.
A lot of the planets have rings, but Saturn's rings are easy to see. So we make them kind of part of it. There is another one that's not really mentioned on here, which would be right back here. Bloop, even smaller. Do you know what this one was?
No.
Pluto.
Oh, the red one?
Well, it's not red, but I just put it as a red dot, you know. Pluto. I drew it on there. All right, Pluto was on there. Of course, a lot of people say that's not a planet, but it kind of is. So let's take a look at this one here. This one's going to be called Space Racer. And on this picture, on the cover, we can see there is what?
Camera.
Camera. Yeah, well, it's a satellite. A satellite's used for taking pictures and collecting other kinds of information from the far away from the planet. So yeah, let's take a look at this one. See, on this solar system, it shows Pluto, the white planet at the end.
Oh, this book shows Pluto.
Yeah, this one shows Pluto. Some of the solar systems include Pluto, some of them do not. But the perfect spot to be is usually the third planet from the sun, which is Earth. It's a nice, perfect place to be in our solar system.
What about Mars?
Mars, yeah, depends on who you ask. Elon Musk says yes.
Yeah.
But I think it's still a little cold on there, and they need to. There's a lot of work they got to do in order to make that one survivable. But if you look at it, Mars, you see how the coloring of it looks similar to Earth.
Oh, but it's red. But
yeah, the dark and the light colors on it. So it's got a very similar structure to it. It's a solid planet. So people can walk on it, but
the land is not.
It's a very small planet, though. It's not really that big. I think they said it's about the size of Texas, one of the states in America. Yeah. So it's kind of small. It would still be nice to be able to, have another place to live, though. So they need to plan for a much bigger place. Plan for a bigger place. All right. So in this one, it asks us the first question here. The question is, what is this?
The second one.
The second one. What's the question say?
Do you know what a solar system is?
Yeah, the solar system, which shows the second one. Ding. Those are solar system. You got the sun, which is our star. Then you got Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. What is number one?
Mercury.
Well, yeah, on this one, the first picture, this one here. What is that picture?
That's what board?
Yeah. What kind of board? It's what we call a solar
panel.
System, solar panel. Yeah. Do you remember we did some reading before? Do you remember what the solar panel does?
About solar panels.
Uh-huh. What does a solar panel do?
It makes like energy.
Yeah. Energy, which we can convert into power and use that to power things in our home, right?
Yeah.
It's much more healthy too. Much more natural form of energy. I like solar energy. Solar energy. Then we got the solar system. All right, so let's go over a space probe. What is a space probe?
A space probe is a machine that explores space.
Yes, it explores and goes to look and try to find new planets and learn new things about all of the planets that we know. So in this one, this reading here, it tells about the space probe that we sent out. This is a real space probe. obviously more cartoon version because space probes don't have faces. But this space probe here, it does have a face. We're kind of making it more fun, turning it into a character.
Like a pig.
A pig? Well, yeah, I mean, it does kind of look like a pig. The nose on it, right?
Yeah.
It does kind of look like a pig nose. I mean, if we were to draw a pig, the most important feature that tells you it's a pig, we've got the ears. Of course, they could be dog ears. You don't know. We got some eyes. And how
Nose.
do you draw a pig nose? Like this?
No.
It still doesn't look like a
A
pig.
triangle, 2 circles.
You got to have that circle that goes around it like that. Boom. Or you can even draw, little circles like that. So the nose does give it that pig look. So in this one, let's do some reading and start talking about this space probe. Find out what it's doing.
I'm
Where is
the
it going?
fastest explorer in the universe. New new horizons.
Horizons.
New horizons thinks as he takes off the rocket toward outer space. He doesn't even look back to see Earth get smaller and smaller. New Horizons is a space probe on a mission. He will take close-up pictures of Jupiter. Then he'll keep going to photograph and draw
Dwarf.
Dwarf Planet, Pluto. Pluto is farther out than any other planet in the solar system.
Yeah, very good. So I'm the fastest explorer in the universe. New Horizons thinks. So this space probe is called New Horizons. And we did actually send out a space probe that we called New Horizons. So let's take a look at this one here. We're going to look up New Horizons space probe. Dun dun. New Horizons space probe launched on January 19th, 2006 and conducted a 6-month-long reconnaissance. It's kind of taking pictures and finding new things. Flyby study of Pluto and its moons in the summer of 2015. So in this one, the space probe leaves Earth. It takes off and rockets towards. When something rockets, we can use rocket as a noun. It's like a spaceship. But in this case, we're using it as a verb, as something that it does. When we use it as a verb, it means that it quickly goes. Like how would you think a spaceship would do? It goes, and it's gone. So this one, when you rocket, you quickly take off. So this one rockets towards outer space. It's just far away. Outer space, into space. He doesn't even look back to see Earth get smaller and smaller. Earth is getting smaller? Why? Why is Earth getting smaller and smaller?
Because he's go too far, and what they can see is the very small because he goes so far.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because when you get farther and farther away from something, you notice it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Phillip is so small. And then when it gets closer, it looks really big. So from what we see when we live on Earth, Earth looks pretty big to us. But when you get really far away from Earth, it's just a tiny little ball. It's just a very, very small ball. Whoop. New Horizons is a space probe on a mission. He would take close-up pictures. So when you take pictures of something, you're going... and that's also the same thing as photograph. Photograph is just another way of saying take pictures when used as a verb. The Dwarf Planet. What's a dwarf planet? We know what a planet is, right? Planets. So all of those here, that it talks about this one, ding, ding, ding. These are all planets. But Pluto, is this not listed on here? Where did Pluto go? Oh, Pluto is listed as a dwarf planet. Why would they say Pluto is a dwarf planet?
The farthest.
Well,
Farthest smaller, the smallest planet.
yeah. It's a very small planet. I mean, even
And
Pluto
very
is
far.
super tiny. It's very far away and it's very small. So the dwarf part of it, it means something that's really, really small.
Oh, but why here don't have the moon?
Because the moon is really small in comparison.
Too small.
The moon's not a planet. It's actually something that orbits a planet. If it's going to be a planet, it usually orbits a sun. A moon would orbit a planet. It would go around a planet. So we have a moon.
So you mean the moon is not a planet?
No. Because planets go around the sun.
But the moon don't go on the sun.
No. What does the moon go around?
Earth.
Yeah, very good. Do other planets have moons?
No.
No? Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think lots of the planets have moons. We can even look at Jupiter.
Jupiter?
Jupiter. Does Jupiter have moons?
I don't think so.
It's got a lot of moons. They even give them
Have a lot of sisters.
Jupiter. Jupiter moons. They got apparently a lot. So let's see. In this one, does Jupiter have 82 moons? Shepard has found 20 new moons orbiting Saturn. Brings the ringed planet's total number of moons to 82. 82 moons.
That was many.
We only have one. I want another moon.
But we have moon. That's the best.
We have one moon. I want 83. Yeah. All right, so there is our Earth and the moons and stuff like that. So then he'll keep going to photograph the dwarf planet, the small planet Pluto. Pluto is farther out than any other planet in the solar system. So it is part of the solar system because it does go around the star, and it's the farthest planet out in our solar system. So what is New Horizons?
New Horizon is a photograph. New Horizon is a dwarf planet. New Horizon is a space probe.
Photograph?
No, the third one.
The third one, a space probe. Okay, fine. I guess we can go with that. Right. All right. So illustrations are these. You're going to see a lot of illustrations. These are these drawings that you see in this one here. So they don't use pictures. They actually use drawings. These drawings are called illustrations. What is an illustration?
An illustration is a drawing in a text.
Very good. So they usually help us to, like a picture book, they help us to understand what's happening in the reading. So I like illustrations because they're useful. So which detail from this illustration, which detail from the story does the illustration show? What can we see from this drawing, from this picture?
This drawing is horizons, rockets go away from the Earth.
Go away from the Earth. Yeah. So New Horizons rockets toward outer space. He will take pictures of Jupiter, or Pluto is farther out than any other planet. All three of these are true, but we can only see one from the illustration, from the picture.
Earth.
Yeah. Earth. And what's happening with New Horizons?
He's going to take picture of Jupiter and Pluto.
So he will take pictures of Jupiter? Number 2? Or number 1? Or number 3?
Toward out space.
Towards outer space? Yeah, you see him going away from the Earth. Pew, 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 pew. And if you're going away from Earth, then you're going towards outer space. Outer space. Bye. Then we have this one here, the red planet. Remember Mars? Hello, Mars. They actually have what's called right here, the rover. They've got a rover on Mars. And they recently sent another rover to Mars to take some new information. But here they've already got one rover that's there. And that rover is supposed to drive around, take pictures, and drive around and learn a lot of things, try to learn as much as it can about Mars. This is why we know a lot of the information that we know about Mars, because we send a rover there. Not a probe, but a rover. A probe would stay in space and fly and take pictures, but a rover goes onto the planet, drives around like a car, and takes pictures. This one helps us to get better pictures on the planet. All right, let's read about this rover.
The fastest and fearless probe passes Mars. That's where his friend Sojo, the rover, is doing her job. I hope she is enjoying her work. He thinks the space speeder keeps on flying. Jupiter is still millions of miles away. New Horizons doesn't worry. He knows he is fast. Before long, he has reached Jupiter. He's excited to see the biggest planet in the solar system.
Yeah, he's excited to see the biggest planet in the solar system.
Jupiter.
Yeah, Jupiter. Jupiter was the biggest planet in the solar system. Saturn's the one, it's the biggest if you count the rings. But Jupiter is the biggest ball. So in this one, we're just going for the balls. The fast and fearless. What is a fearless? What's fearless?
Fearless?
Mm-hmm. We know he's fast. Gone. But he's also fearless. Dun, 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 dun.
It can be very slow when he take the what?
Take the pictures? Well, no, it's more of a when he's taking pictures, it's more of a drive-by because you can't really control the well, I mean you could maybe they have little rockets. But their pictures are usually taken as he's just going by. So he's driving by during the drive-by. But fearless means he has no fear. That word LESS added onto it and makes it without. So this one is without fear. Fearless. What is fear?
So he do not do like not control himself when he take camera.
Well, how would you feel to go to space?
Like,
would you feel happy to go into space?
No.
No? Why not?
A little dangerous.
Dangerous. Aha. Now we're getting into it. Do you think he thinks it's dangerous? The space probe. Does the space probe feel it's dangerous?
No.
So when you feel something is dangerous, you feel scared, right?
Yeah.
What if something bad happens? What if a rock crashes into my head? Oh my God. But it's, it's a space probe. It's a robot. It doesn't really feel anything. No fear. If a rock's coming, I'm not scared of that rock. You want to crash into me? Come on. So he says he's fast and he's fearless, means he doesn't feel fear or he's not scared. So not scared. Fearless means not scared. The fast and fearless probe passes Mars. That's where his friend Sojo the rover is doing her job. Sojo the rover is on the planet of Mars taking pictures of the planet. I hope she is enjoying her work, he thinks. The space speeder keeps on flying. Bye, Sojo. Jupiter is still millions of miles away. Millions.
100.
Got
No,
1,
1,000.
10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000.
1,000.
Ding, ding. 1 million. That's a million. So in this one, they use millions with an S, meaning it's more than one. So it could be like 5 million miles. How far do you think, how many millions of miles do you think Jupiter is from? Now, he knows, since we're at Mars, and
100 million.
he's going to Jupiter. How many miles is Jupiter from Mars?
100 million.
100 million. Okay, let's see. How many miles is Jupiter from Mars? Uh,
But
The average distance between Mars and Jupiter is 3.68 AU. Or we're going for miles. So this one is miles. What number is that?
342 millions. 20 mil.
Of?
No. Well, that's. Well.
12,000.
What? 12,000?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. 342 millions 20,000.
Are you 20 or 12?
12,346 miles.
There you go. 342,012,346 miles. So those, they said millions. I was thinking like 5 million. I guess it's 300 million. Ouch. That's really far. Still millions of miles away. And then, of course, you have to calculate the distance from Earth to Jupiter. But it's not going from Earth to Jupiter. It's going from Earth to
Mars.
the last planet. What was the last? Where is this space probe?
Pluto.
What?
Pluto?
Yeah, Pluto. So how far do you think Pluto? How many miles is? We're gonna go with Pluto. PLU.
1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0.
So this is the total distance. Oh, this one actually goes into the billion miles. 3.2539 billion miles. So 32539. I'm not really sure how to write that.
What's AU?
AU?
Yeah.
That's another terminology for distance. I'm not exactly sure how that one works because that one goes really, really far. Yeah. All right. So in this one, we've got Mars. Bye-bye, Mars. Which part of the story does the picture show? So if we look at this illustration, what does this illustration show us?
The space probe is arriving at Jupiter.
Arriving at Jupiter.
Yeah, no.
Is it at Jupiter?
No.
No, not yet.
The space probe is enjoying his work. The space going past Mars.
Yeah, bye-bye, Mars. As it passes by Mars, it waves to its friend Sojo. Bye, Sojo. So it's just going past Mars as it goes on its way to Pluto. All right, Robert, that's good enough for today's class. We're going to stop on this one. This one's going to be part 1. Next class, we'll go over part 2. So we'll stop here. Say bye-bye, Phillip.